I was also listening to the great lecture of Professor Satish Kumar before me. So let's start with this session in bit calming down and easing out. So in this session, as Mark has told, I'm trying to share with you how did a 5,000 years old medical system like Ayurveda has tried to understand the process of dream, and how did Ayurveda used a dream as a tool to understand much deeper processes that is happening with you during awakeness as well. So let's start with uh, a small guided daydreaming process first. Uh, so please just bring your whole consciousness to this apple on the screen. Just try to see the whole apple. Try to see that beautiful red color that nature has created. See those yellow and white patterns scattered around throughout this skin of this apple. Look at the stalk of this apple. See its color, size, and shape. Just try to feel the whole apple as a whole. Completely withdraw you from everything else. And close your eyes. Close your eyes. Try to visualize the previous slide within your mind. Try to see the whole apple which you have observed before. Look at that beautiful red color of that apple. See those beautiful patterns of yellow and white dots spread throughout the skin of that apple. See the stalk of the apple. Just pick that apple with your hand, right hand, on the stalk and turn it around and see it. Place this apple on a cutting pad. Take a clean knife and divide it, cut it into 2 small pieces. Take 1/2 of it and cut it into 2 halves again. Take 1 piece from that and try to bite on it. Yes. You just try to feel the taste of savory, sweet taste of the apple. Try to chew on it. And slowly swallow the juice and try to enjoy this. Slowly open your eyes with that joy. Yes. So this is what we call as a daydreaming. And now we will try to understand if you could produce some experience after closing your eyes, which we call as daydreaming. We will try to analyze what is it, what is happening when we were going through that experience. So as already Satish Kumar, professor, has already mentioned, we know that we are not just our physical body. And the ancient knowledge systems all over the world emphasizes that you are the soul or the self, which is the changeless consciousness that doesn't grow when your body grows, doesn't cry when your mind cry. This changeless, everlasting consciousness, which has some specific likings and dislikes, who is in search of pleasure, who experience the pleasure and the pain in you, the knower. So the very first information that sciences like Ayurveda give you is that you are this self. And you have a mind. And mind is called as a dual organ. A dual organ means your mind is sensory and reactive at the same time. So it has two parts. The sensory part of your mind is always watching and watchful. And it is the reactive part of your mind which produces impressions from various sensory organs and produce emotions, interpretations around these sensations. So that's the second faculty that we have. Most of the people even identify yourself with mind and your emotions, but ancient sciences like Ayurveda say that you are not your mind and you are not your thoughts, you are not your emotion. It's just a reaction of your mind towards the impressions that is produced on your brain centers. And then you have another faculty is what is called as indriyas in Sanskrit, which is 5 sensory faculties and 5 motor faculties. So you know that you have 5 senses like eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. In the same way, how you derive information from the surrounding, how you constantly sense what is happening outside you through the senses. In the same way, Ayurveda explains 5 motor organ or reactive or response organs like organ of speech, organ of giving. Your hands are considered as not an organ of taking, but your hands are considered to be giving. And your legs for moving towards or moving away. The elements, the organs of excretion, urine, feces, and the organ of enjoyment, including sexual pleasure. These are 5 motor organs of you. So we have 5 tools to sense what is happening around us. And then your mind creates impressions received from the senses in your mind, and it produces emotions and interpretations around these sensations. And then that information is being sent into your soul, and the soul decides to react according to its likings and dislikings, its memories, its tendencies, which comes out as your reaction. Either you cry or you scream, or you run towards, or you run away, or you give, or you take, so you react. So this is how the process of life evolves. So we have already explained this is the process when the soul wants to know something, it orients the mind towards a specific sensory organ, and then it makes a contact between that specific organ and the sense, and the stimuli is being passed into the mind, and the reactive part of the mind takes the shape or the color or the size or the smell of that object, and the sensory part of your mind senses this, and it is this impression along with your emotions, your previous experiences, your interpretations, your state of mind, which is being mixed with this sensation, is being passed on to your soul. This is how you as a knower know about something. Now, we look into how dream becomes another tool of knowing. So, in this process of being awake and perceptive and receptive for many hours in a long day like this, I'm sure after a few more minutes, you find that you're not able to focus and you're not able to be as alert as how you are. And you feel that your mind is becoming tired of constantly taking these informations and transforming into this information and observing this information. And after a while, your mind stops listening to the senses. Your eyes are open, but you're no more seeing. Your ears are still open, no earplugs, but still you're not hearing my voice. And you feel sleepy. So this is how you slowly get into the process of disconnecting your mind from your senses, which happens as an automatic process. And after a few minutes of a transient stage, hopefully you are not in that stage yet of listening, your mind slows down and doesn't receive any more sounds from outside, doesn't want to project into any forms like what it did when I asked you to listen to the apple. And it kind of stops. And it is when the contact between the object outside, your senses, and the contact between the sense organs to the mind, and the contact between your mind and your soul. All these four levels of interaction, union, becoming one, has faded out. This connection is being disconnected. You fall into a state of deep sleep and you rest. So we know even in Yoga Shastra and Nyaya Shastra, in many other sciences, these various stages of consciousness, of Jagrat as alertness, Swapna as dream, Sushupti as deep sleep, and Turiya as a higher state of awakeness, where you learn how to be conscious in the state of deep sleep. This is what is yoga trying to do with. This is what yoga is attempting to do. Samadhi is defined as a conscious deep sleep, which Ayurveda and yoga understand it as the basis of healing. So as a physician, when we treat even COVID-19 patients, if the patient is having a deep sleep, that is a sure sign of definite healing. Healing is happening. And sleep is such a healer because it is the only time when you are identified with yourself. The moment your mind awakes, so who sleeps is your mind, and try to connect with your consciousness, yourself, your soul again. That's when this REM, rapid eye movement state starts. The dream state starts. So after some period of rest, mind feels refreshed, and it again, the monkey minds wake up and again start connecting to the consciousness. And what happens is that the body is not yet ready. The senses are still tired. So they don't want to wake up. Then what does the monkey do? The reactive part of your mind start producing images, impressions, emotions by itself. How? When I was trying to guide you through the daydreaming after closing your eyes, in the same way, your own mind starts producing images, start making sequences of events, produce emotions, sensations, and the sensory part of your mind observes this. So the monkey dance, the another monkey watch, right? So we have Hanuman as an image of this mind power. Some people who are familiar with Indian Indology knows about this ideal called Hanuman, a monkey man with infinite power, who can grow as big as this universe and who can shrink and become as minute as the atom. So this is your mind. So the moment you think of an atom, your mind has taken the shape or the size of an atom. When you think of this whole universe, your mind has already grown as big as this world. So this is the enormous power your mind has. And dream is the whole process of how this is being happening. And now the question is, when I was trying to guide you through a daydreaming, it was me who was trying to decide how should your reactive mind, monkey mind, should take shape and what sequence of events should happen in your mind. And now Ayurveda says your body, your mind, your senses, and your soul can guide you through the process of dreaming. So there's a first step of dream analysis. When you have a dream, actually, as Mark just commented, almost 1/4 of your whole sleep time, if you sleep 8 hours, around 2 hours of your sleep is dreaming time. And you only remember few dreams. And the remembered dreams, you can what you're trying to understand in the dream analysis, what was the guiding force? Was it your body that was guiding your mind? Was certain sensory impacts that you had in the previous days, which was the guiding force? Or was it the monkey mind himself making up some magic? Or was it your soul which was guiding you through this process of dream? And you also consider which part of the night the dream was constituted, was experienced, and also you would look into the content of the dream to understand what is happening. I'm getting into a few examples now. How does body influence your dreams? We classify, Ayurveda classify constitutions as a airy constitution or windy constitution, fiery constitution, and watery constitution like Vata, Pitta, Kapha for people who knows it. So how does wind or Vata affect your dreams? You will feel like you're flying through the sky. You will see like you are climbing mountains. You will see that you are pacing, either riding on animals, or you will feel that you are in a dried up river, or you will see that you are in a forest with dried up trees. And these are how air, when air principle is predominant in either in your constitution, you will have dreams like this. And when air is much more imbalanced, you can see even more serious, you falling from big mountains, and you can see pathological dreams. How Vata, when it is producing imbalances and diseases, that how does it reflect in your dreams? How does fire element influence your dreams? You have visions of lightning, you have dreams of red sky, yellow rising sun, flames, candles, fire, even forest fire. So you can see this is how a balanced Pitta constitution or fire constitution will have repeated dreams. This is how your body is influencing your mind and producing dreams. You may have, events of how your house is being burned, or somebody who had a shock or an electric shock or a burn, and such kind of dreams as a pathology, as an information of pathology of Pitta is happening or fire is happening. How does water constitution or kapha constitution dreams look like? You will see water reservoirs with swan or other aquatic birds and animals. You will see beautiful water reservoirs with fishes and other living animals in it. You'll either see ocean, you'll also see rain and clouds without thunder. This is how kapha as a constitution will reflect in your dreams, whereas things like floods, contaminated water, etc., are examples of imbalanced kapha or imbalanced water element in your body. When your plasma, when your body fluids are imbalanced or impure, you have such dreams. This is how your body influences your mind and communicates about the state of your body to you through dreams. Whereas in serious diseases like that of AIDS or serious immunocompromised conditions, etc., even people will have dreams like insects or other animals are eating your own body, or maggots coming out of your body. These are extreme signs of imbalances or immunocompromised states. How does sense influences your body? When you had a beautiful vision like this, however, then you might have a reflection of this happening in your body. This is quite normal. Also, when you listen to some beautiful voices, it can be music, it can be lectures like that of Satish Kumar, that you might hear back again his voices. Don't worry, it's normal. Then you can also have sometimes the whole sequence of events that's happening in your life being reproduced in your dream. This is how your senses influences your dream. And how does mind influences your dream? Strong wishes that manifest, that you have, is like your life purpose or something, will manifest as a dream or a sequence of events in your dream. Also, when you have used some analytic process or imagination process for your profession or for something else, those things can also be reproduced in your dreams. And finally, the most important thing is here. So how when you rule out that a dream that you had was not related to your physical condition, the sensory impact that you had, and also your wishes or certain analysis that you have done, then it tells you that it was a dream. It is a message passed reverse, like from your soul to your mind, where it can you hear about even informations of past lives being passed to the person. You also see how prophet dreams, like the soul senses that what is going to happen either as a good or bad event to you, might be presented as that event itself. When I myself have personal experience of death of certain people, even many important occasions in my life, even a couple of nights before, you see this as a dream. Or whenever you have a strong question, when you are really in search of an answer in your life, then you might also get the answer from your soul through dreams. Many of you might have experienced this. Some positive futuristic dreams is like this. You might see like that you have conquered a mountain, in your dream, which you have never seen, and it is not related to the previous clauses that I have sent, is a message that your soul says that something positive, you're going to conquer, you're going to reach somewhere. Also, you see a tree with a lot of full of white flowers is told to be a very positive future dream. A tree full of fruits is also said to be a futuristic dream, which is quite positive. For your knowledge, Ayurveda is a medical system which has used even what is the prognosis, what will happen with the patient, whether a person is going to survive from this disease or a person will be defeated by a disease, also by analyzing a person's dreams. I'm not quoting those negative dreams, but usually, according to Ayurveda, prophet dreams are seen towards the last part of the night or towards the early morning, and a vivid dream, which is futuristic, after which you are not able to fall back asleep, is told to be a real, come real dream. It's where your reality and dreaming comes so much closer. So this is, in a nutshell, telling you how your mind and your soul is in a special relation where your soul, who is the knower of everything, of all the three times what has happened to you, what is happening to you, and what will happen to you in future, is telling your conscious mind something through futuristic dreams. And I wish you all that let the whole world have some positive prophet dreams happening in the mindset of all the beings, and let the whole humanity and the whole world come out of this crisis called pandemic. Thank you for listening. Namaste.